Today's climate, most of us want more transparency, especially from the industries around us. Peter Kozodoy, TEDx speaker and author of Honest to Greatness, joins us live this morning to talk about the value of honesty. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We are doing well this morning. Peter, let's talk about honesty, especially something with the younger generations. I think people want to see more and more of the real thing lately.
They sure do. Well, a recent study came out saying that 71% of Gen Z respondents valued honesty above all else. Now, this is pretty easy to understand in an environment where we can look around our world and see that across the public and private sector, especially here in 2020, there's not a whole lot of honesty and transparency out there, which is why for all the business owners out there, there's a real opportunity to step into a leadership role and lead with honesty and transparency, both being honest about what folks are going through and their need to get back to some semblance of normal, and also honest about what they are going through and use that as a way to connect with an audience in ways that actually before this terrible pandemic hit, perhaps there wasn't that much of an opportunity. But now I think a lot of folks are re-seeking that connectivity.
Yeah, I feel like honesty, and also a lot of people are looking for people and companies who are being genuine. So what are some everyday things that companies could be doing this summer to make sure that they're doing just that?
Sure. Well, the number one thing is to communicate, communicate, communicate. For people who are frightened, walking back out into the world, wondering where can I go get a pizza tonight, it's imperative that we can go to Google and see what your business has in place for taking care of the coronavirus. Whether that's, hey, here's our hours, and those are posted everywhere, and it's very clear, when you're open for takeout or not. Even things like rules, right? Right. When you come in, here's what to expect. We have to communicate because otherwise, quite frankly, we're going to go to the restaurants, bars, and retail stores in particular that are giving us that sort of information so we don't have to guess. The second thing is show your values. If you're a business owner and you've not really connected with your audience, use this as an opportunity to come out with your personal story, level with people out there, say, hey, this was terrible for our business, here's what we're going through, and we're
Hmm.
still surviving, we're still happy to serve you. Again, it's a way to show off what you've been through and what you're going through to take care of your customers. And that sort of transparency into the business, it builds a whole lot of trust and loyalty, which we all know is very good for long-term economic effect. And the last thing is realize that everything is being recorded for infinity. So, what you do and say now on social media, what you do and say online and in your community, those things are being recorded. How you dealt with the pandemic will go down in your business's history. People are taking notice and they're making different decisions on who to patron depending on what you do now. So, it's really, really important that you kind of take stock of all the opportunities and take really special steps to make sure you're taking care of people psychologically and also when they get to your place of business.
Yeah, Peter, I could not agree more. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Yeah, that was Peter Kozodoy. He is the author of Honest to Greatness. If you would like to learn more, it is 7:50.